Help for Billy, presented by trauma expert Heather T. Forbes, LCSW, features the basics of the trauma-informed model for schools. In her presentation, Heather explains Billy. Billy is any child who has been trauma-impacted, boy or girl, rich or poor, any race or creed. In fact, there are plenty of Billies, and they are some of the most challenging students teachers struggle with. This 4.5-hour program presents the basics of understanding the trauma-impacted student.
There's pieces missing in this puzzle. There's pieces missing in the development of Billy. And that's what we're dealing with, is understanding that there's parts of Billy's development that are missing. And many times, and this is the philosophy that we have to really be open to, is to understand that we have to actually go backwards, fill in some of those puzzle pieces before we can move forward. Our culture is all about moving kids down this developmental timeline. And if they miss a piece, then we just want to keep moving them and shifting them and getting them through. And here's the switch, is that no, we have to actually go backwards here, recoup, redo, realign, and then equip our kids to be able to sustain themselves in those later years.
You will also learn how to deal with this child differently, how to address their outbursts or bring them out of their shell.
Find things that work for you, find the phrases, and they've got to come from the heart. The difference is they cannot come from your head, it has to come from your heart. It has to feel. Your kids are in that limbic system, they have to feel you, not just hear you. When I stand up here, and let's say I was saying to a student, I would be like, okay, it's okay, you're gonna be all right. That's from my head. Now, if I go to that student and say, it's gonna be all right, you're gonna be okay. That's from my heart. There's a difference on the delivery. It's not the words you use, it is the intention and the feeling behind it that's going to be able to allow you to be able to connect with kids in that limbic system.
Heather Forbes is a world leader in trauma-informed care. This program was taken from one of her highly entertaining presentations featuring role plays, anecdotes, and her answers to questions from the audience.
I'm going to start the role play like I did before, running in, and once I realize what I'm doing, I'm going to go, whoa, let me just shift. I want you to see that you have the ability, almost in any moment, to be able to stop yourself and just shift and go, let me change. It's not working one way, let me shift and be able to see if I can connect it another way. Karen.
No, leave me alone.
Karen, you need to come back.
Leave me alone. I'm not going to your class.
It's kind of hard, isn't it? In fact, I'm going to just put this point sheet away, okay?
My fat works anyway.
No. You're right. What else isn't working?
This program is the missing piece in behavioral support programs. You will learn to understand, value, and view these traumatized students differently, how to connect with them personally, and most importantly, how to reduce their instances of dysregulation.
Because when I see a child that has, quote, problems with authority, I think, okay, what happened? My first question is, what happened? Andy doesn't have problems with authority. Because Andy has had people in his life that he trusted. There's one word that I want to give you today, and that is trust. What happens to kids is they lose trust in adults. When Andy is born and when Billy is born, they are completely dependent on adults. And when that system that is supposed to be loving and kind and supportive goes wrong, that child shifts from a state of love into a state of fear, and they get into this protective mode. It is through, then, the power of relationship that we have to be able to go into that 14-year-old that has problems with authority and build relationship, actually, in a safe way to regain the trust, to rebuild the trust.
Restore your hope by equipping yourself to help these misunderstood problem students. Gain a deeper understanding of what to do in the most difficult moments when working with challenging students. Learn to take care of your own regulation in the process, too. This program will teach you how to not just reduce classroom disruptions, but to truly help these students learn to be regulated and more successful in their academics and lives.